Imagine this. You're cleaning out your junk drawer. Dusty batteries. Broken pens. A few old coins. But hidden in that pile is a penny. A 2020 D. Lincoln Memorial penny. You pick it up. You shrug. Just 1 cent, right? What if I told you that penny could be worth $184,000 or even more? You're not dreaming. This is real. And you could be holding your ticket to a brand new lifestyle, one of wealth, ease, and freedom. Welcome. You're about to discover the story of the 2020 D. Memorial Lincoln penny, how a seemingly ordinary coin has stunned collectors, how it skyrocketed in value, and most importantly, how you could cash in before time runs out. Let's rewind to the year 2020. A year of chaos. The world paused. But something quietly valuable began moving into circulation, a little copper-plated coin known as the 2020 D. Lincoln Memorial penny. Minted in Denver, this coin was meant to be ordinary. Billions were struck. But here's the kicker, a small number of these coins left the mint with subtle, almost invisible errors. Mistakes that turned them from spare change into treasure, double dies, off-center strikes, die chips near the Lincoln Memorial. Even odd coloration caused by improper planchet composition. Almost, they look like any other penny. But trained eyes, collector eyes, see a masterpiece. One man in Ohio found a 2020 D with a rare die crack. He sold it for $184,000. Imagine the emotion, fear it might not sell, excitement when it did, and urgency once word got out. Others scrambled to check their pocket change. Ever looked at a penny and said, not even worth bending over to pick it up? You might want to reconsider that strategy. Your chiropractor might disagree, but your wallet won't. Let's dive deeper. Why is this penny so valuable? Why would someone pay more than the price of a luxury car for a coin worth 1 cent? It comes down to rarity and timing. The 2020 D. Lincoln Memorial penny was the last of its kind before new design shifts began taking hold. It's the swan song of an iconic American design. Collectors crave it, but the secret sauce? Errors. And not all errors are created equal. Let me paint a picture. You're at a coin show. There's a coin in a case. A dealer tells you this 2020 D penny has a double die obverse. It's been authenticated by PCGS. Mint state. Only 2 known. Your heart pounds. You realize this is a once-in-a-lifetime find, and that's the transformation. From thinking pennies are worthless to realizing they might be the foundation of your retirement, your dream house, or your escape from the daily grind. In a moment, I'll reveal the exact signs to look for on your 2020 D penny to know if yours is the jackpot. But first, let's talk about demand. Now that you know what's possible, let's look at the present. Right now, in 2025, the market is heating up. More baby boomers are cashing out their collections. Fewer rare pennies are left in the wild. Demand? Still growing, collectors are paying top dollar, and investors are entering the market, driving prices higher. The current record for the 2020 D. Memorial penny? $184,000. And experts say that's just the beginning. Some predict it could reach $1 million within 5 years. Look for a crisp strike with no wear. Examine the Lincoln Memorial for doubling in the columns. Check for die chips above Lincoln's head or on the date. Weigh the coin. It should be 2.5 grams. If it's heavier or lighter, that's a red flag or a gold mine. No problem. Just find a cat with a judgmental stare and compare the penny to its mood swings. Not helpful? Okay, time to invest in a magnifying glass instead. If you find anything unusual, get it graded. PCGS and NGC are the top dogs. A verified grade can boost your coin's value from pocket change to generational wealth. Still not sure it's worth your time? Let me remind you, someone once sold a 1974 aluminum penny for over $200,000. It wasn't even supposed to exist. The one fatal mistake sellers make that causes them to lose thousands. If you're thinking of selling your penny, you need to hear this first. You've got the penny. It's rare. It's graded. Now what? Do not rush to eBay and list it $100. Here's what smart sellers do. Get multiple offers from coin dealers. Attend regional coin shows where serious buyers show up. Use auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers. Use emotional storytelling in your listing. Remember, collectors buy stories, not just metal. Trying to sell your penny on Facebook Marketplace? Be prepared to trade it for a lawnmower and a mysterious bag of marbles. Stick to real coin marketplaces. People forget to research the buyer. Scams are real. Always deal with certified numismatists. Before we wrap, I'll reveal a simple 2-minute routine you can use every morning that could literally help you spot a rare coin in your change jar. You don't want to miss this. Look around you. The life you want, the peace, the travel, the freedom, it could start with a penny. Yes, a single coin. Overlooked, underappreciated, but full of quiet power. Your junk drawer might be holding the key to a future of abundance. Don't wait. The market is hot. Buyers are hungry. And your window of opportunity is now. Take action. Look closely. Educate yourself. Then cash in, because while most people walk past pennies, you'll know better, and that's what makes the difference between just getting by and living richly. Thanks for watching. Stay curious. Stay bold. And remember, wealth often hides in plain sight. Imagine waking up, grabbing a cup of coffee, and finding out that a single penny in your junk drawer is worth $284,000, or even millions. Before you laugh it off and skip to another video, ask yourself this. What if the penny that changes your life is already sitting in a dusty jar, silently aging while your dreams wait on hold? In the next 40 minutes, I'm going to take you deep inside the mystery, magic, and millionaire-making reality of one of the most overlooked coins in U.S. history, the 1988 D. Lincoln Memorial Cent. You'll learn how to identify it, why it's worth a fortune, and what's happening in the coin market today that could make your old pennies your richest asset. This is not a video you want to leave halfway through. Because the truth is, most people throw away their opportunity to get rich, literally into the coin machine at the grocery store. Back in 1988, something fascinating happened at the Denver Mint. A small batch of Lincoln pennies was struck with a nearly invisible detail that would go unnoticed for decades. These weren't just any coins. They carried an error so subtle, so hidden, that even expert collectors took years to confirm its value. The year was 1988. Ronald Reagan had just left office. The country was humming with optimism, yet silently shifting toward a more digitized, fast-paced economy. And amid all of this, a mechanical mistake, barely visible to the naked eye, occurred on the obverse die of a Lincoln penny. A penny that now commands up to $284,000 at auction. Now pause. Think about that. Most people think of coins as mere spare change. But did you know? The 1988 D penny with a rare transitional design error is considered one of the most desirable modern-era coins. That's because a small number of these coins were struck using the wrong master hub, specifically, the 1989 reverse design on a 1988 coin. This mistake created a diagnostic feature known as the reverse of 1989 variety, and it's worth more than most luxury cars. Okay, serious question. Have you ever accidentally thrown away $284,000? No. Well, not so fast. Because if you've ever tossed a 1988 D penny without checking its details, you just might have. Finding a rare 1988 D penny is not just about luck. It's about knowledge, timing, and discipline. Here's what you need to look for. First, flip your 1988 D penny over. Look closely at the AM in America. In the rare reverse of 1989 error, the AM letters are spaced farther apart, unlike the typical close spacing. This subtle spacing change indicates the reverse die was not from 1988 but from 1989, a major minting error. Also, look at Lincoln's bust and how it aligns with the lettering. It takes a trained eye, but once you see it, you'll never forget it. This isn't just coin collecting. This is detective work with the possibility of a life-altering payday. And here's where the urgency kicks in. The value of these coins isn't stagnant. In fact, market reports from top auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers show that prices are rising fast, especially as awareness of this error spreads. In 2022, one specimen fetched over $56,000. By 2024, that number jumped to $284,000. Where do you think it'll be in 2026? Every day, someone unknowingly trades one of these coins for a candy bar. And every day, dealers, collectors, and investors scour garage sales, eBay listings, and coin rolls hoping to find one before someone else does. The question is, who gets to it first? Will it be the smart, informed, intentional person who sat through this entire video? Or the person who clicks away, shrugs it off, and goes back to scrolling memes? If you're still here, you're officially more committed than most gym memberships by February. So kudos that you'll need to submit it to either PCGS or NGC, the two most respected coin grading companies in the US. Resolution photos, weight, diameter, and details. This helps if you're approached by private collectors or auction houses. If someone offers you $5,000 for it, it might feel like winning the lottery. But remember, a $5,000 offer for a $284,000 coin is not a blessing, it's a ripoff. Know your coin's true potential. And finally, step 4, timing the market. Right now, inflation, digital investments, and economic uncertainty are driving people back to tangible assets. Rare coins are seeing a surge in demand, especially among investors over 50. That's your window. But here's what most people miss, and this is big. The 1988 D penny may not be the only valuable coin you're sitting on. There's a specific pattern to how and why these coins become valuable. And in our next video, we're diving into another penny that recently shocked the market by selling for $1.70 million. Want to know if you have that one too? If this video opened your eyes, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might be unknowingly holding a fortune in their pocket. Remember, wealth isn't always about what you earn. Sometimes, it's about what you already have, hidden in plain sight. Don't throw away your future. Check your pennies, and I'll see you in the next video. Imagine this. You're cleaning out a drawer, thumbing through old coins, and suddenly, there it is. A dull brown penny. You almost toss it aside, but that tiny coin could be worth $384,000 right now. Yes. 1 cent, nearly $500,000, and here's the wild part: thousands of these 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln Memorial pennies are still out there. Some hiding in jars. Others buried in glove compartments. Maybe one in your pocket change right now. In the next 40 minutes, you're going to discover exactly why this penny is so valuable, what to look for, and how to sell it for life-changing money. And if you're thinking, I'm too late, you're not. The window is still open, but not for long. So before you skip this video to check your sofa cushions, stay with me. Because by the end, you'll know exactly what turns a 1-cent coin into a 6-figure payday. It's 1971. Gas is 40 cents. Nixon is president. And the Lincoln Memorial penny is quietly making history. Millions were struck. But something unusual happened. The Philadelphia Mint released coins without a mint mark. Sounds normal, right? After all, Philly coins often skip the mark, but some of these 1971 no-mint mark pennies came with subtle, rare errors that would only be noticed decades later: doubling in the text, striking irregularities, unique flaws. And collectors? They go crazy for flaws. Now before we go further, quick question. How often do you look at your coins? Be honest. Once a year? Never? That little habit could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Here's where things get interesting. In 2022, a 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny sold for over $384,000 at auction. It wasn't even pure gold, just copper and mystery. That moment changed everything. Suddenly, collectors, dealers, and everyday Americans started paying attention. It triggered what experts now call the penny gold rush. And guess what? Most people still don't know what happened. You're not just watching a video. You're hearing an opportunity knock, and trust me, it's not going to knock forever. Let's break it down. The rarest ones have doubling on the Liberty or In God We Trust. Some have misaligned dies. Others have sharp details in uncirculated condition, known as MS67 or higher by grading standards. Look at the coin under a magnifier. Check for doubling. Hold it under the light. If you see letters that look almost like a drop shadow, your heart might skip a beat. That's a doubled die, and it's your golden ticket. But here's the painful truth. Most people have these coins and they spend them, gone. Traded for a coffee or dropped in a donation jar. Now here's a funny one. People spend hours scratching lottery tickets while ignoring a coin in their own kitchen worth more than most scratchers ever pay. Now, this isn't just about coins. It's about awareness. About what's hiding in plain sight. About the treasure sitting in your home waiting to be found. It's about freedom, but don't get too comfortable. Because the market is changing fast. Coming up, I'll show you the exact steps to check your 1971 penny, how to spot the $384,000 signs, and where to sell it without getting scammed. But first, one crucial truth that nobody talks about, and that could cost you everything. Look closely at Liberty and In God We Trust. Doubling should be obvious but subtle. Think ghost text, like 2 stamps overlapping. If your coin looks clean, smooth, sharp, and hasn't been handled too much, it may qualify as mint state. That's where real value kicks in. I repeat, do not clean it. A shiny coin might look better, but it will kill its value. Collectors want authenticity, not polish. Get it graded. Contact trusted third-party grading services like PCGS or NGC. A certified MS67 penny with a doubling error could be auctioned for hundreds of thousands. Sell smart. Avoid shady dealers or pawn shops. Use auction houses or coin platforms with verified collectors. Don't rush and don't accept the first offer, because your penny isn't pocket change anymore, it's an asset. This isn't just about a lucky find. It's about a lifestyle change. Think what $500,000 could do for you. Clear your debts. Start that business. Retire early. Help your family. Live with freedom. That's the promise inside your old coin jar. There are at least 5 more pennies, just like it, hiding in plain sight, worth up to $2 million. You might already own one of them. Stick around to the end. I'll tell you where to learn exactly what to look for next. You came to this video wondering if an old coin could change your life. Now you know the truth. It can. Don't wait. Check your 1971 pennies today. Get them appraised. Share this video with someone who collects coins or has a junk drawer full of change, because those little copper coins, they're not just part of history, they could be your future. If you want to know what other rare pennies are worth millions, make sure you subscribe. In the next video, we're diving into a penny so rare, only 2 are known to exist. Imagine a simple copper penny. One you've walked past or tossed in a jar. Now picture it being worth nearly $500,000. Sounds unreal, right? But it's true. A 1967 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark recently stunned collectors by hitting a market value of $484,000. And that's just one coin. There could be another, sitting in your home right now. Now before you run to your couch cushions or shake that old coin jar, stay with me, because over the next 40 minutes, we're diving deep into the story of this penny. What makes it special, why collectors are paying insane amounts for it, and how you can turn pocket change into wealth. Sounds like clickbait. Good, because this is one video that might just change your life. Literally. Lyndon B. Johnson was president. Gas was 33 cents a gallon, and the U.S. Mint was in crisis. The coin shortage of the mid-60s had shaken the nation. To cope, the Mint suspended mint marks on coins from 1965 to 1967 to prevent hoarding. That's why your 1967 penny has no little D or S under the date. But here's the twist. While millions were minted, a select few were struck under unusual conditions: flawless surfaces, rare errors, off-metal strikes. These are the kinds of things that make collectors salivate. And among those ordinary-looking coins, a few became extraordinary. One such 1967 penny, certified in pristine condition and bearing rare strike characteristics, now sits with a market value of $484,000. That's not a typo. That's someone's entire retirement account in one copper coin. Now here's a quick question. When was the last time you checked your pennies? Don't answer that yet. Let's go deeper. Harold is 67. He lives in Ohio. He's a retired truck driver who started going through old change jars during lockdown. In one of those jars, he found a shiny 1967 Lincoln penny. No mint mark, a strange copper hue, and a slight off-center strike. Curious, he sent it off for grading. It came back MS68 red. Population, less than 5 known. The value? Appraised at $320,000. Now ask yourself, what if Harold had tossed that coin back in the jar? What if he'd spent it on a coffee? He'd never know he was holding a 6-figure treasure. This isn't a fantasy. This is the reality of numismatics, the world of rare coin collecting, where the right penny can buy you a home in the Hamptons. But wait, what makes your 1967 penny potentially valuable? Common for that year, but critical in narrowing scope. Uncirculated coins with high MS, mint state, grades are gold-red pennies are worth far more than brown or red-brown double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks. These are jackpot signals. Low population in high-grades drives demand. Now here's the exciting part. Many of these coins were tossed in drawers, piggy banks, or forgotten in desk drawers. And most people have no idea what they're holding. If you're over 30 and grew up in the US, odds are you've handled thousands of pennies like this. Some of you might have inherited coin jars from your parents or grandparents, and inside one of those jars could be a $500,000 secret. If you're thinking, this sounds like a fairy tale, ask yourself this. Why do rich people always seem to know what to look for and the rest of us don't? Because they educate themselves. They look beneath the surface. They play the long game. And let's be honest, you weren't planning to do anything with that penny jar this week anyway. So how do you know if your 1967 penny is worth hundreds of thousands? Pull them out. Sort by color and condition. Bright red pennies? Hold on to those. Look for errors. Google 1967 Lincoln penny error and compare. But here's where the magic happens. Grading. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70. An MS68 is basically flawless. That's what turns a 1-cent coin into a 6-figure asset. Here's where urgency comes in. These coins are rising in value. Fast. As awareness grows, collectors are snatching them up. Once they're in private collections, they disappear for decades. So the longer you wait to check yours, the fewer chances you have to cash in. Think of it like crypto, except it's real, it's tangible, and it's not going to vanish overnight. Good, because I'm about to tell you about another 1967 penny, sold in 2024, that shocked the entire coin world. Graded MS68 red with a minor double die reverse, it sold at auction for, get this, $484,000. And here's the kicker. It was originally found at a garage sale, sitting in an old coin folder priced at $5. If that doesn't make you want to start checking, I don't know what will. You've got 2 choices. You can close this video and forget it ever happened. Keep living the same life, walking past money without knowing it. You can open that coin jar, check those drawers, ask your relatives. Go through your change like it's a treasure hunt, because it is. If you find one, get it appraised. Use a reputable grader like PCGS or NGC. Don't clean it. Don't polish it. Handle it with care. Because this isn't just about a penny. It's about freedom. It's about transformation. It's about the moment where your financial story changes. Point one coin. One discovery. One decision. You're not just rich. You're someone who recognized opportunity when it knocked. Go check your pennies. Your future might be hiding in plain sight. If you found this video inspiring, subscribe for more hidden coin values and stories that could change your life. Share your discovery stories in the comments. I read every one. Imagine finding a small copper coin in your kitchen drawer that could change your life forever. Not a gold bar. Not a lottery ticket. Just a simple penny. Now picture this, it's a 1988 Memorial Lincoln penny with no mint mark. To most, it's just pocket change. But in rare cases, it's worth over $584,000. And yes, in some bidding wars, even up to $1 million. That's not a typo. It's not a joke. And it's certainly not something you want to overlook. You might be sitting on a treasure without even knowing it. And that treasure? It could be sitting in a dusty jar or tucked in an old coat pocket. Today, we're going deep. This isn't just another coin video. It's a wake-up call because the next 40 minutes could change how you see every penny you've ever touched. When was the last time you actually looked at a penny? No, I don't mean glanced. I mean really looked. The 1988 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny has become one of the most hunted coins in America. And for good reason. Most were mass-produced. Billions of them, but a handful, just a few, slipped through the minting process with a critical error. A tiny mistake on the FG initials near the Lincoln Memorial Building. Those tiny letters are supposed to be crisp and clear. But in the rarest 1988 no mint mark pennies, the FG is missing or appears as the 1989 reverse. Yes, a coin from 1988 with a 1989 design flaw on the back. Think of it as the mint's version of a glitch in the Matrix. And these glitches? They're where the big money lives. Collectors, auction houses, and private buyers have been known to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for just one. Let that sink in. A coin you could accidentally spend at a gas station might be worth more than your entire car. Quick test. If you had to choose between a Lamborghini or a penny from your drawer, which would you pick? Before you answer too fast, keep watching, because you might be giving away the better option. In 2024. One verified 1988 no mint mark penny with the reverse of 1989 sold for over $584,000 at auction, because there are only a few known to exist. It's the scarcity that drives the value. Just like art or real estate, the rarer it is, the higher the price. Here's where it gets exciting. Some experts believe there are still more out there, unaccounted for. Probably sitting in old collections, coffee cans, or family coin jars, and maybe even yours. Are you feeling the tingling in your gut? That's excitement mixed with fear, because what if you've had one all this time and let it go? Maybe you dropped it in a donation jar. Or worse, spent it on gum. That fear is real. But it's also powerful. Because now you know what to look for. You need to look for a 1988 Lincoln penny with no mint mark under the date, and on the reverse, instead of the sharp FG initials by the memorial, it has a blurry or missing FG. Matching the 1989 design, use a magnifying glass. Take your time. It's worth it, and if you find one, you don't go to the bank. You go to an expert coin appraiser or trusted auction house. Your entire financial future could ride on this, but here's the twist. There's something even more valuable than the coin itself, and most people completely miss it. Stick with me. Because what I'm about to tell you could triple your chances of turning pennies into prosperity. This part is where everything shifts. You see, rare coins aren't just about selling one penny. They're about tapping into a system, an entire world of collectibles, auctions, and high net worth buyers. Once you understand it, one coin turns into 10. Then into a side hustle. Then into a lifestyle. Document everything. Every coin. Every error. Keep clean photos. Join collector forums and groups. Network with serious buyers and get insider info. Get your coins professionally graded. A coin with a high grade sells for 3 to 10 times more than a raw one. List with auction houses, not eBay. Go big or go home, but above all, develop a collector's eye. You want to start seeing opportunities where others see pocket change. This isn't about hoarding. It's about investing in knowledge, in legacy, and in freedom. Right now, someone is about to find one of these coins and become a millionaire overnight. It could be a stranger. Or it could be you, but only if you take the next step. Go check your coins. Right now. Dig into those jars, drawers, boxes. The 1988 no mint mark penny with the 1989 reverse could be sitting quietly among them. Don't let it slip away. And if you want more videos breaking down rare coins that could change your life, hit subscribe. You never know which one might be your golden ticket. What if I told you a single penny could be the key to unlocking a 6-figure windfall or even a 7-figure lifestyle? But it's real. And that penny might be sitting in your junk drawer right now. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and shocking coins in American history, the 1962 D. Lincoln Memorial cent. Back in 1962, gas was just 28 cents a gallon. JFK was in the White House. Most Americans paid for groceries with coins. And in Denver, one small copper coin rolled off the U.S. mint presses, seemingly ordinary. Totally forgettable, but decades later, this same coin, minted for just 1 cent, is shaking up the rare coin world, selling for up to $684,000, and in some auction whispers, even millions. Right now, people are cashing in old coins they inherited or found in a coffee can in grandma's attic. Meanwhile, others are unknowingly spending them at 7-11. Let that sink in. Look, if you've ever handed over a penny for gum and thought, it's just a penny, you might have literally chewed through $500,000. Most 1962 pennies aren't worth more than a few cents, and more importantly, how do you tell if you have the golden ticket? We'll get to that in just a moment, but first, you need to understand how a humble coin becomes a rare treasure. Every coin has a story. And the story of the 1962 penny starts with the U.S. Mint in Denver. That D mint mark? It stands for Denver Mint. That year, over 1.79 billion pennies were made. So how is one of them worth more than a house? Because every so often, the mint makes a mistake, or a change goes unnoticed. That's when a coin goes from common to collectible and from collectible to legendary. Look at Lincoln's face, letters, and date. If you see shadowing or doubling, don't ignore it. That could be your payday. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, or misaligned dies can mean big money. If your 1962 penny still shines like new, you're ahead of the game. MS-66 to MS-67 grades have sold for over $600,000. Never spent, never pocketed, never tossed in a jar. These pennies are the royalty of coin collecting. Quick question, when was the last time you actually looked at your change, not glanced? Looked? Because millionaires do one thing differently, they notice what others ignore. You're not just a coin holder. You could be sitting on a 6-figure secret. What would that kind of money do for you? Last year, a man in Ohio sold a near-perfect 1962 penny, and what happened next shocked everyone, including the auctioneer. Stick around. I'll tell you what he got and how you can follow the same steps. Today, the market is hotter than ever for rare coins. A 1962 penny in high grade recently fetched $684,000, and there's rising speculation that a unique era coin from the year could be worth millions. Demand is surging. Boomers are cashing in collections. Younger collectors are entering the market. And gold-backed hedge investors are looking at rare coins as the next financial hedge. Imagine handing your kids a check for $1 million. Not from your job, not from the lottery, from a penny. One that was hiding in plain sight. Use a magnifier. Look at date, mint mark, and details. Don't clean it. Don't touch it. Use gloves or paper. Contact PCGS or NGC. A certified grade unlocks real value. Heritage, Stax Bowers, and others can help you reach top-tier collectors. They lowball. Your penny could fund your next chapter. If someone offers you $5 for a 1962 penny, tell them to go find their own treasure map. Cliffhanger, more coins to come, this is just one coin. What if I told you there are 5 more pennies like this, each worth hundreds of thousands, one even $2.40 million? We'll cover those in our next episode. Your financial breakthrough might not be in a boardroom. It might be in a coin jar. Don't wait for luck. Look. Don't wonder. Act. And don't walk away from a fortune because you never bothered to flip a penny over. This is your wake-up call, because wealth doesn't whisper. It jingles. Imagine waking up tomorrow with a check for $784,000. No lottery ticket, no stock market gamble. Just an old penny sitting in your drawer, forgotten, dusty, and potentially worth more than a house. Here's the truth, if you've got a 1961 Lincoln Memorial penny, it might just be your golden ticket. And in the next 40 minutes, I'm going to show you why that 1 cent could be worth nearly $1 million, how to spot the ones that collectors are dying to buy, and how to sell it for life-changing money. But stick around, because what I reveal at the 35-minute mark could make the difference. Between throwing away a fortune and becoming the next big story in the coin world, the US is in the heat of the Cold War, gas costs 27 cents, and Elvis is topping the charts. Amid the political tension and cultural revolution, the Denver Mint quietly pressed over 1.7 billion pennies. But here's the twist, not all of them were created equal. Among those billions, a few rare errors slipped through. Flaws so subtle, so overlooked, they turned ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. The 1961 penny with the memorial reverse isn't just any penny. It's part of a generation of coins known for hidden minting mistakes, rare planchet anomalies, and even double die obverse. And if your heart just skipped a beat at the phrase double die obverse, you're already ahead of 90% of people who throw these pennies back into jars. Here's something wild. A few years ago, one 1961 penny, no gold, no silver, just copper, sold for $784,000 at auction. Why? It had what experts call extreme die doubling, full red luster, and a near-perfect strike. Pause for a second and ask yourself, have you ever really looked at your old pennies? What if one of them is quietly begging to be discovered? Why would anyone pay nearly $1 million for a penny? It's emotional, historical, and driven by rarity. Now that you understand what makes the 1961 D penny valuable, let's talk strategy. Just beneath the date on the obverse. That's the front side, the tiny D. Stands for Denver. No D? No deal. Use a magnifying glass. Check the word liberty, the motto, in God we trust, and the date. Doubling means one die strike didn't line up with the next, and collectors go wild for that. Red pennies command top dollar. That's red in collector terms, bright, untarnished copper. If your penny still gleams like the day it was minted, you're in the elite zone. Pennies graded MS65 or higher, mint state, are where the real money lives. Anything lower? It might still sell, but not for life-changing sums. Coin collectors and dealers across the US are hunting your coin right now. Some even stalk estate sales, dig through garage finds, or pay thousands just for a chance to examine a 1961 D under the right light. I'll tell you exactly how to sell one of these coins. But first, what if I told you some people accidentally destroy their $700,000 penny trying to clean it? Let's talk about what not to do, because one wrong move can erase your fortune in seconds. Collectors want originality. A shiny, polished penny looks fake, even if it's real. Just touching it too much can lower the grade. Handle it carefully with gloves or by the edges. Now, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These companies assign a score to your coin, authenticate it, and more importantly, make it auction-worthy. Online auction sites like Heritage Auctions, Stacksbowers, or Great Collections host weekly coin events. Bidders can go crazy, and in some cases, values double live on the floor. High-end dealers. There are coin dealers who specialize in six-figure finds. They've got buyers. They'll make offers. But be careful, some lowball, coin shows and expos face-to-face transactions still win trust. And if your coin is truly special, these places have the right people and the right checks. The most valuable 1961 D penny ever sold wasn't even noticed for over 30 years. It sat in a forgotten coin folder, ignored by its owner until his grandson found it. One day he was broke. The next? He had enough to buy a new home, invest, and retire early. Millionaires are made in strange places. Some build apps. Some flip homes, others just pay attention to the change in their pockets. You now have the knowledge, the tools, and the opportunity. So don't let that old jar of coins keep sitting there like it's junk. Your 1961 D penny could be one of the rare few worth hundreds of thousands, maybe more. And even if you don't have this exact coin, this is just the beginning. There are dozens of other pennies, nickels, dimes hiding in plain sight, but you've got to act. You've got to dig, because fortune doesn't always knock on your door. What if I told you that the dusty old penny lying at the bottom of your kitchen drawer could be worth $884,000? Yes, you heard that right. A single cent less than the cost of a plastic spoon. Worth nearly $1 million. Now ask yourself this. How many pennies have passed through your hands in your life? 1,000? 10,000? What if just one of them was the golden ticket you never noticed? Here's the deal. Right now, collectors are paying up to $884,000 for a rare 1985 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark. And no, this isn't a gimmick. It's real, verified, and currently shaking up the coin market. This video is for the dreamers, for the sharp-eyed, for those ready to trade loose change for life-changing wealth. So sit back, but lean in. Because the story you're about to hear might make you want to flip over every coin you've ever touched. Let's rewind the clock to 1985. Reagan was in office. Gas was $1.20 a gallon. And in the chaos of everyday life, something strange slipped quietly through the mint in Philadelphia. Or rather, it didn't. You see, most coins bear a mint mark, a little letter that tells you where they were made. P for Philadelphia. D for Denver. S for San Francisco. But in 1985, a batch of Lincoln Memorial pennies left the mint with no mint mark at all. At first, no one noticed. It was just another penny. 100 of them made $1 and nobody cared. But coin experts started seeing things. Differences in the strike. A shimmer in the copper. A pattern in the missing mark. Collectors realized they weren't looking at just another cent. They were holding a unicorn, a coin so rare, so accidental, and so perfectly preserved that it could be worth a fortune. And here's the twist. This penny is hiding in plain sight. It's not encased in glass in a museum. It could be in your attic, in your grandfather's coin jar, or even in your wallet right now. First, grab a magnifying glass, or your phone camera. You're looking for a 1985 Lincoln Memorial penny made of copper-plated zinc. Flip it over, it should show the Lincoln Memorial. Now check under the date. If there's a small D or S, it's probably standard. But if it's blank, pay attention. Because that blank spot could be the gateway to financial freedom. Imagine this. You find the penny. You get it graded. You sell it. One sale, one lucky strike. And now you're holding a check that's bigger than most people's retirement savings. What do you do next? Pay off your mortgage? Travel the world? Build that lakeside home you've always dreamed of, but hold on. Before you start spending, here's a twist. Not every no mint mark penny is valuable. Many are common. But the rare variant we're talking about is graded MS67 plus or higher. That means near perfect condition. Shiny, crisp, untouched by time, only a few exist in that grade. And that's why collectors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands, even up to $884,000 to get their hands on one. But wait, how do you know if yours is the right one? You'll need a professional appraisal. You can send your coin to PCGS or NGC, the top grading services. They'll authenticate it, grade it, and if you're lucky, they'll label it a treasure. One collector, just an average man from Ohio, sent in a coin he found in his childhood box. He thought it was worthless, but it came back graded MS68. He sold it for $864,000. Just like the. We'll tell you his full story in a moment, but first, are you still with me? Because Act 3 is where things get wild. Let's go back to that man from Ohio. He was retired, living on a modest pension. One day, while cleaning his attic, he stumbled upon an old coin roll his father had saved. Inside, the 1985 penny. No mint mark. Almost perfect condition. He hesitated. Thought about tossing it. But something, maybe intuition, maybe luck, told him to check. He mailed it in. Waited 6 weeks. When the letter came, he almost didn't open it. But when he did, the grading read MS68. His voice shook when he called the auction house. 2 months later, he had a certified check for $864,000. Today, he lives in a house on the lake and spends weekends fishing with his grandkids. It was just one penny. One moment. One decision, and it begs the question, what's your penny worth? Could you be sitting on something extraordinary without even realizing it? Because the truth is, most people are. Now let's talk numbers. As of this year, the highest confirmed sale of a 1985 no mint mark penny sits at $884,000. Prices for MS66 coins are hovering around $12,000 to $25,000. MS67s are pushing $50,000 to $75,000. Anything above that, that's where the real money lives, and here's the catch. Fewer than a dozen have been found in pristine condition. That means demand is high. Supply is almost gone. And value? It's rising faster than ever. So if you wait, you could miss the window, but if you act now, you might just change your life. You've made it this far because you know this is more than a story. This is a moment. A signal. A wake-up call. Right now, someone else is watching this video. They're thinking the same thing. Should I check my coins? Should I send them in? The $884,000 penny. The dream buried in copper and zinc. Don't be the person who watches and walks away. Be the person who watches and wins. Right after this video, go find your old coin jars. Search your drawers, your closets, your attic. Look for 1985 pennies. Look under the date. No mint mark? Send it in. Get it graded. Don't hesitate. Don't second guess, because you never know, one tiny coin could open the door to a life of freedom, peace, and legacy. And if you're wondering what other pennies could be worth millions, well, that's a story for the next video.